Hello, and today we are going to read Scary Stories for Young Foxes by Christian McKay Hediger. So, this book won a Newbery Award, which is very exciting. It is about 8 young foxes, and there are stories that are kind of scary that are all about these foxes and their time away from the den. They wanted people to tell them a story. And so it is about the mentor and the 8 foxes and their journey. Now, when we think about foxes, what are some things that we know about foxes? Well, foxes start with their mother. They live in a little cave den area, and then they end up having to go away from their mother to be on their own. Well, that is exactly what this story is about, them having to go out on their own. But what are some things that we know about the forest? Yes, the forest can be scary, and there can be some scary things in the forest. So, we are going to read this book aloud, and again, it might be a little scary, but you know what? That's okay. We're going to get through it together. So, Scary Stories for Young Foxes. The haunted season had arrived in Antlerwood. The sky grayed, the leaves blushed red, and the mist coiled through the trees like something alive. Even the pumpkins began to rot and show their true faces. On these chilled autumn nights, it was best for fox kits to remain near their den on the edge of the wood. There they could feast on apples that tumbled from high branches. They could hunt for smoky acorns and crunchy stick bugs and juicy mice. And when the dusk turned to starlight, the kits could return to their dens soon, tuck under their mother's fur, and be soothed by the heartbeat. Tell us a story, the alpha kit said one misty night. Make it scary, the fourth one said, yipping and hopping. Yay, said the third, snarling. So scary, our eyes fall out of our heads. Please stop biting my face, children, their mother said. The kits behaved themselves while she soothed out a bed for the night. Let's see. How about Rattlebones? Mom, the beta said, rolling her eyes, you told us that story when we were 2 weeks, said the alpha. It's boring, said the fourth. Very well. Their mother began ripping out roots that had stuck to the den walls. How about Willoughby Wallaby and the floating paw? Seriously, the fifth kit said. That story would raise the hackles on a field mouse, said the fourth. It's kid stuff, said the third. Well, their mother said, those are stories I know. 7 little foxes sighed. Sorry to be a disappointment, their mother said, lying down. She paused and looked at the kits with all seriousness. But you promise that no matter what you do tonight, you will not go to Bog Cavern. The kid's ears perked. What's Bog Cavern? The alpha asked. That's where the old storyteller lives, their mom said. If you go there, you'll hear a story so frightening, it will put the white in your tail. The kids stared at their thin, dusty brown tails with wide eyes. Wait a second, the fourth said, looking at the fluffy white end of their mom's tail. You heard the story? Only part, she answered, and I wouldn't repeat what I heard for 1,000 mice. That's a lot of mice. The kids gave one another meaningful looks. They didn't want some toothless story with Willoughby Wallaby, which could be forgotten with a shiver and some milk and a lick on the cheek. They wanted a story so scary it would prove their bravery and change them forever. Do you like scary stories? Yeah, sometimes I like scary stories too. It sounds like they really want a scary story. All except the little one. That was. She preferred the sound of her mother's heartbeat. Yes, it may have been wise for fox kids to stay close to the den once the leaves began to fall, but the fog and the frost and the old crimson moon had stirred something in their whiskers. Crimson is a color of red, and so they waited till all was quiet, save their mother's snoozing, and then 7 little foxes slipped out of their den with a mission to scare some white into their tails. And that's where we will stop. So, what do you think is going to happen next? Are they going to see the storyteller? Are they going to have some of their own scary adventures? I think this would be a fantastic book for you to read, and I am so excited for you to be able to share this book with me. Again, Scary Stories for Young Foxes, written by Christian McKay Hediker.